Hey everyone, Brian from WorkshopAddict.com, and today we're going to take a look at Bosch's new connected 18-volt 4.5-inch angle grinder, model number GWS18V-45PSC. Now this might look familiar, as about 2 weeks ago we went over Bosch's 45C model. We showed you that up against the Milwaukee and the Dewalt. It's going to give you an idea of what you could expect out of some of these new battery-operated angle grinders. Now they make this model in the 45C, the 45PC, and the 45PSC. The 45PSC comes with the Bluetooth module to connect to your phone, but it also has speed settings up on the top, and it has a user interface to give you an idea of what's happening. This is a very cool angle grinder that has some features that you won't find on some other angle grinders, and in some cases are useful and in some cases are not. This one does have two LED lights, so when you pull the trigger they will turn on and give you an idea of what's going on above the grinder. Unfortunately, most of the time what you want to try to see is below the grinder. So we didn't find these lights as something that was a big addition or really a help. We still needed additional lighting in dark areas, and you'll see that in most of the videos where we had this in use. What we did find interesting was the user interface that can be multiple different colors. It allows you to change from setting 3, which is 9,000 no load RPM, to setting 2, which is 6,000 no load, in setting 1, which is 4,500. And people will say, hey, why different speeds on an angle grinder? And for me, I love it because we use 4,500 for cup grinding, removing rust, maybe even some more delicate sanding. Speed 2 is perfect for stainless steel cutting and grinding. And speed 3 is what we use for the normal steel cutting, grinding, anything that you normally use that you want a little bit more of a faster application. Some people like different speeds, some people don't. I personally like to have control of the speed. You cannot adjust these speeds through their Bosch connected system, but I really don't see why somebody needs to. You have all the settings here that you really need to get at. Most people are going to run this 90% of the time on speed 3. But something else that this has that I really like is the user interface, which is basically a color-coded messaging system that while you're using it tells you what's happening. Your battery fuel is lit up and gives you a fairly accurate reading, and as we'll show you when you connect to the tool also, it doesn't exactly show you what the fuel gauge on the battery is. It's always a little more positive, which I guess is can be looked at in a couple different ways. It shows you a little more fuel than what your battery tells you that you have if you were to disconnect them. But it shows green, so when you hit the trigger, you can see it lights up what mode you're in. It tells you the battery status and is green. If you come into a lower battery setting, it will turn yellow. If you're in a overheat system or overheating warning, it will too turn yellow, which can give you a little bit of an awkward stance because it turns yellow. You wonder, am I low on battery or am I close to overheating? And then it'll turn red when the battery is dead, which you can see that in the fuel gauge, or it'll turn red if you overheat. So if you have a lot of fuel left in your battery and it's red, you've overheated and gone into a thermal timeout. Now if it blinks red, that's going to tell you it's done one of its kickback controls or protections, drop protection, and it'll blink red and it'll turn itself off after a while, and then you're free to use the tool again. But that type of system where it tells you what's going on and it's in the perfect spot that when you're looking at what you're doing and or the tool, you always can see what's happening. And I like that about this tool, especially with the battery operated grinders. You don't really know where you're at. And in this case, while we were grinding on a car trying to fix a little hole in the frame, we needed to know what was slowing us down. We were trying out a new Diablo cutting disc and the results were mixed, to say that, and it just was nice to know exactly how the tool was feeling. Green, we were good to go. Sometimes we got into yellow. You could see that we got down in some cases to low battery. Sometimes we didn't have a thermal cutout at all, but we got to red with a dead battery. It just was interesting to know what the tool was doing and how the tool was feeling, and I like that above any other of the grinders that I've used that are battery operated, just because I knew exactly what was happening. It was feedback to the user that was easy. I do think Bosch could do a little bit better job. Change the overheat protection to a different color or make the orange flash so I don't question am I getting low on battery or is it close to overheating. Don't combine two of the messages under one color. Other than that, I really like what's happening here. So as far as performance, this model will easily keep up with the Milwaukee M18 that's currently out. This one does not have a brake on it like the M18 does, but at the same point, power-wise and runtime-wise with the 5 or 6.0 amp hour battery, it's about the same. The Bosch Core 6.3 amp hour battery allows for some fast charging, and it does give a lot more power than any of the other Bosch angle grinders that we've used in a long time. So this is the closest that we've seen to an actual corded angle grinder, and it gives you the same feel of a Bosch corded angle grinder. And that's one of the reasons that we really like it. Having the speed settings on here is awesome. I'm unsure if they have a corded angle grinder out that has a speed setting or feedback like this. I know they have one that's got a dial on it. We use that quite often. But it would be nice to see more of this style of feedback even in corded tools. Either way, if you're using this tool, I really do think that you'll like it. You'll like that feedback, and it's something that you start to get used to and look for. And I keep going back to it probably because I like it so much. But power-wise and performance-wise, it was awesome. In some of our B-roll that we're showing you, don't judge how this is working by how it's cutting. We're using a Diablo blade that's metal disc blade. I believe it's a diamond abrasive, and it's supposed to cut faster, last longer. And in some cases it worked well, and in some cases it mixed with some of the undercoating around the frame and wasn't happy, started smoking a little bit as we cut through it. So the performance wise of what you're seeing isn't exactly there, but while we were using it grinding and sanding, no issues cutting out, great power, fair runtime as we went through in the other video. You know, you're getting 3.5 to 4 minutes of full-time use while grinding out of this, which isn't much. So doing even the small job that we went through a solid 2 full batteries. Kind of used to it on this style of tool, but it's well worth it to remove the cord from the situation, to be able to move to a position that's comfortable, where you're not spraying yourself in the face with anything or not attached to a cord. And that's what we like about these tools. Let's take a walk through the Bosch Toolbox app. I've got the 2 grinders here next to me. They're both close, you can only see one. To get them to connect, they have to be turned on. So I just turned both of the tools on. You'll see they'll connect or should connect. We'll click on the PSC, that's the one that's in this review. And you can see the first thing here that I kind of throw out in the wind here, if we push this button, we turn this on, it shows us 2 bars on the tool, 2 bars on the phone. I have to wait until this goes off, but I'll show you when I push the battery button here, I only get 1 blinking bar. So the battery is not as charged as what this tells me, and that's been something we found throughout the use of this tool. You can turn a soft start on, soft start off. The work light has an interface when you get it. There is an LED on the front. It was set to medium initially. We turned it up to high. The afterglow left on for 10 seconds. The user interface basically has the exact same LED situation there. I don't know why. It doesn't allow you to change anything else on this unit. If you want to set factory defaults, you can there. But if you want to go into the info, it'll tell you all your serial numbers, manufacture dates, all the tool specs. Goes through that this one, level 1 is 4,500, level 2 6,000, level 3 is 9,000, no load RPM. That's not changeable. And if you want to go into tool usage, it'll tell you we've used this tool for 20 minutes, 59 seconds, no kickback activations, no restart, no drop control. I don't know that this runtime number is right. I think that's pretty light on this. And I know that on our other tool, it shows that we've only used it for 5 minutes, and that is way wrong. So not 100% on how accurate these times are. But other than that, that's the app. Not too much to it. It allows you to change the name of the tool, do some things like that, but it's not as in-depth as some of the other apps that are out there. So it's very clear that Bosch has not set up their apps for someone to go in and play with while they're on the job site. They're the basics. Here's the tool, here's where it was, here's the battery. Does it need service? How long has it been used? Simple things. They're not making this complicated. They're not allowing you to adjust speed on this grinder yet. I know that they can always change that, and with software, they can always change what these apps and what these tools can do. But for right now, this is just a simple, here you can connect, follow around, put it in your toolbox, manage where it's at system. And I like that. You don't need to do too much more than that. And here you have the option if you want Big Brother looking or not. You can simply pull out the Bluetooth module and the battery and toss it aside and say, you know what, this tool is good enough without it. That is your choice, and I really like that also. So if you're looking for a grinder that is very nice, gives you some cool options, and has a little more of what you would feel is technology in a user interface, I think this is a great grinder to get into. It's unfortunate that the LED light doesn't come out and maybe give as much performance as what we'd like. I think an LED light on a grinder is going to be pretty tough. It's going to just get covered in dust from whatever you're grinding or cutting, and it's going to be hard to get one to actually work well. But don't give up on that idea, because I think it's something that could be really used well in this style of grinder. So I encourage you to check out our other video. I'll put some cards in and maybe a link in the description where we put this unit, which is basically the same, up against the other ones. Gives you a little bit better idea of power and runtime in comparison to what's on the market. Also, make sure you give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We appreciate your time, guys. Have a great day.